Shazam Fury of the Gods. Rated PG-13. Get tickets now.
What's up, Jovan? That's
Hey,
like I'm saying it right, Jovan?
yeah. Or
Uh,
Jovan, either one.
Jovan. All right, so you play Pedro, of course, in the upcoming movie Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and in this movie you work with actors and actresses like Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, of course, Zachary Levi, like in the first film. Um, I know as far as being on set with them, it probably is kind of crazy seeing these, especially like Lucy Liu. I'm a big fan. What does it mean to you to like work with these people?
Well, first off, thank you so much for taking the interview. I would say primarily with Lucy and Helen. I mean, they're just there's levels to this stuff, you know. They're
Yeah.
at a whole different category than most actors, and you know, um, Miss Mirren, Dame Helen Mirren, she's honestly a joy to be around.
Mhm.
Very high energy, but also like very classy lady, and you know, she never is afraid to say what's on her mind, and that's something I definitely respect.
Yeah.
Uh, and she's just super cool and easy to work with. Very humble woman as well, because you know, she didn't have to do the introduction that she did, but when I arrived to set over in Atlanta, her and Lucy Liu came up to me, actually approached me first, and you know, just basically stated that they are happy to be a part of the film and they're excited to dive into the DC, you know, multiverses and such, and that they're fans of the first one and they loved my work. So just those couple words spewed out, I'm just like, what? You saw the movie? You know who I play? It's honestly it's very reassuring, and it's always a great feeling when you meet these people that are at such high level and are so down to earth and just beautiful people all around. Yeah, so I mean it's honestly it's blowing, mind boggling, everything. There's no words to explain um the the gratitude that I have for being on the same set with these wonderful ladies.
Besides more of the introduction with them, is there any like funny stories you can tell on set with them or anyone on set?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to initiate conversation with Helen in the wardrobe, hair and makeup trailer. It was early morning, and you know, I like to try to be as proper as I can when addressing people with that level of experience, and just you know, I'm very humbled to be in their presence essentially. So I tried to initiate a conversation. I said, "Hi, good morning, Miss Viren. How are you?" He's like, and then she said, "Oh, please, darling, you can call me Helen." And I was like, "Oh, boys, oh my God, you're so epic." Trying not to geek out, you know, and try not to move also because they're like shaving me or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I mean that was pretty funny for me. But she was just being herself, and she was giving me so many pointers, like even on traveling, she was like, "Make sure, honey, you need to get that clear passage because it's wonders. You get through TSA, everything with the pre-check, and then you get the clear. It's amazing, honey. You need to get it." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, yeah." And yeah, so she explained a lot, easy things to do to make traveling easier and for work and stuff. So that was very nice of her. You know, she doesn't have to do that. She could just kind of mind
Yeah.
her business, and nobody would say a thing. Definitely not me. So yeah, that would be like a fun interaction that I had with Helen. And then Lucy Liu, I mean, I don't want to say too much of our scenes together, but it was just an honor to be
Of course.
in the same movie and same project with them.
Yeah. So in this movie or but I guess both movies, director
Yeah.
David Sandberg, he's very known in the more horror community. That's where he kind of brought up or started making movies on. Um
Yeah.
so I can imagine when he takes a leap into the horror movies to a superhero movie is completely different. I feel like it has to be like the most different kind of set you probably ever been on.
I honestly would think the opposite, that it might even be easier to kind of dive into the superhero world because um you know, horror films, there's so much involved, there's so much emotion that you're
Yeah.
playing with, and you're stringing along for these scenes, and and it's very overwhelming. It can be stressful and time consuming because all these different scenes and beats you got to hit and all these marks. I can only imagine what it's like to have to get scared 24/7 for like 5 to 8 months straight,
Yeah.
and have to deal with such like not necessarily negative topics, but like
Yeah, more
drastic, dramatic, the horror vibes and such. Especially if it's like a gory film, then yeah. If you get queasy, definitely don't do a horror movie.
yeah,
But yeah, so I mean, he's just a natural. He's a goat. He started off with like YouTube stuff and shorts and skits and all that, and I mean, he gradually got better and better and bigger, and the budgets got bigger and bigger. And I mean, kudos to him, dude. I mean, he's made a career from scratch, and it's just a beautiful thing to
yeah,
see. He's very hands-on with his work. He likes to make sure that the message for the film gets across and that he hits all the marks that he pre-planned to hit and stuff. And that's very respectable, and I mean, just a joy to be around, really easy to work with, and just an easygoing guy.
yeah. I love his approach on the first Shazam. It's silly in the right moments. It's more serious in the right moments, and just
Yeah,
I think honestly, out of like most superhero movies, I feel like it's the most like the characters feel like they all know each other. I don't know how he does it, but it feels the most natural than I've ever seen in any superhero movie. And that kind of leads me
yeah,
on to my next question is that my favorite part of the first one was the kid connection with one another, all the foster kids. They really feel like y'all all feel like y'all are really siblings. So I was wondering, since it felt so organic and real, did y'all the director have y'all meet before and hang out and actually like become friends first, then start doing filming? Or and this is again, of course, like the first Shazam.
yeah. So there was never like a table read, at least for me and the rest of the family, um, per se. And we never really like were obligated to hang on these kinds of films, TV shows. You're never really obligated to establish a relationship. Sure, they can try to like nurture it into happening in an organic way, but evidently, if it doesn't happen in an organic way, it's going to be fabricated, and it's gonna come across differently. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, just straight off the plane, everyone that we like. I mean, I was on the same flight with uh, Grace Caroline Curry, and she was just a bundle of joy. Instantly got up and hugged me, and we just exchanged like our excitement for being a part of this project, our ideas for certain scenes and stuff like that, just bouncing creativity back and forth. And I mean, honestly, just from that point forward, I was like, I think this is going to be great, just because that initial meeting already let me know that these people are going to be really easy to work with. Um, they're super chill, so I mean, this is just going to be a blast. And we had a lot of time off, some of us, so what Warner Brothers at the time, the production company, did for us was they set us up on like little field trips and stuff so we can kind of hang out and build that bond. Which I mean, these kids, well, not kids anymore. Some of them are adults, including myself. I was 17 for the first one. It's crazy. I'm 22 now, but yeah, so I mean, it just happened naturally. We went to the Maple Farm, we went to movies together, private screenings. We went like walking to malls underneath in the tunnels of Toronto, that they have like a underground mall system, which is super cool. I didn't even know that was a thing before I went
Yeah,
there.
never.
And it was just a blast. I mean, we went to Niagara Falls with some of the cast, and they provided us with so many opportunities to have fun and bond and stuff, and it just happened naturally because we were all we just clicked very well together, and I feel like that's why you get what you got with the movie, and it comes across in that powerful way of like these kids are like a made family. They're not
Yeah.
necessarily they don't necessarily look alike or come from the same parent, because family is what you make of it at the end of the day.
Do you have anything in this film in like in particular that you can say about your character?
I can definitely share with you that Pedro Pena takes a big transition in this film. I don't want to get into spoilers and stuff because, I want to be courteous of the fans that have been diligently avoiding spoilers because I know Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and all that is like
Yeah.
known for for having things like that. And yeah, so I would just say um, understand that the first movie was to lay down the foundations of Shazam and an origin story for the character and for our family, so that now in part two, we can have as much fun as we want. And that's exactly what this film is. It's fun, it's hard, it's high stakes, and it's honestly a blast. There's actions, there's things blowing up, there's dragons, there's monsters. I mean, you know, it's honestly a beautiful
Yeah.
thing, and we're all flourishing in our own ways and growing as characters and developing as characters, and the bond is still there. It's like we never left, and we just got right back to it at the helm, and yeah, so I think the fans are in for a treat because I mean it's going to be pretty.
And I think the big question is, was James Gunn's now he took the reins on DC. We don't really know what's gonna happen. Of course, I would love to see a Shazam 3 one day. And I'm
I'm
really
confident, but
yeah, I'm really hoping. I'm really hoping this one pulls through and he sees the light, because Shazam again is my favorite. It's probably my favorite DC film to date. And I know you wanted to talk about, and of course I want to talk about. You have an auction happening right now.
yeah. So the auction just went live today. This auction is going to be of jewelry piece, a pendant, which is inspired by Shazam and the Shazam franchise, and I think that it's a beautiful piece. I'm not sure if you've gotten to see it, but it's on the website, and people that are interested, inquiring minds, can definitely go check it out, read about it. It's got all kinds of information on where the proceeds are going and stuff, because 25% of it is going to be donated to KidSave, which is a nonprofit organization that helps bring awareness and resources to kids that age out of the foster care system. And with the elements in the movie and
Yeah.
the topics and the storyline and stuff, um, I just felt it natural to want to bring awareness myself in any way I can. And I read about Kids Safe through some postings from Natalia Saffron. And from there, I did my own research, learned about them a bit, and saw that they were very kind, genuine people, and that the kids that were under their care or friends with them or whatever, because they kind of have like a friendship kind of
Yeah.
vibe versus like a employee working with a client or something. Um, and yeah, so I love the message behind Kid Safe, and I wanted to get involved in whatever way I could, so I extended the arm. I said, anything in the greater Los Angeles area that you need me for, just hit me up. I'm down. I can be there to support in any way that I can, and in turn, obviously, it does help add some resources to my own character development for Pedro Pena for future movies and stuff. So I just think it's a beautiful thing all around. The pendant is gorgeous. It has so much like fine details that I think fans and bidders are gonna appreciate. So yeah, bidding is gonna start officially tomorrow, and winner takes it home. It's a 1-of-1 piece that's inspired by the film.
Great, great. That's amazing, man. Um, and the last thing I want to talk about is, of course, more about you as a person, your music career. I know you have a single out now, and
Yeah, on the way.
yeah, if you want to talk about your music or any upcoming movies or anything like that.
Yeah, so unfortunately I can't talk about the things that I'm pinned for right now, or things I'm attached to that are kind of waiting
On
to
the
get the
DL.
funding and stuff.
Yeah.
But just know I'm working on it, you know what I mean? I've been auditioning like crazy. I have general meetings set up after the film. So I'm excited to get back out there and keep the momentum going. Um I would say for the music side, it's been 2 years since I've dropped something, so it's about time. My fans have been letting me know they want some new music, so it's about time. I'm giving it to y'all, and I hope you guys are ready because this song is next level. The style is different, the flows are different, the beats are like way doper. It's a whole new level. It's like, there's levels to this stuff, and we're
Yeah.
elevating. So I
Yeah,
hope you
of
guys are
course.
along for the journey. Check out my music on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever you may listen, and check out my socials, Jovan Armand Official. And you ready? Heavy on the way. Big feature.